If you're using globs of glue on your dentures, stop and try this instead.
So if you're using gobs of adhesive, you may not need to. I watched a video just the other day from Dentures with Michelle, and she is amazing. If you don't already follow her, please do. She is very helpful, very informative in the denture space. But she showed that she only uses about a little bit of glue on her finger, and she spreads it around her denture, and then that works well. So I was curious, as someone who just like spreads the glue on there, maybe not as dramatic as the beginning of this, but still using a bunch, how it would work. So I did that earlier, and I love the way that it went. Okay, so we're just going to use a little bit and spread it across here. And what it did for me is it kept them in there long enough for me to go out for a few hours and keep them in there pretty solid. But then when I took them out, it wasn't this big, goopy, gross mess. And that's the best part for me. I hate glue for that reason. It is always so goopy and gross. So look, I just had that spread. And then they're in there. They're snug. You really don't need all that much. And my dentures are so loose. Like, I should have showed you guys the top denture. It literally just falls down most of the time. So mine are very loose. So I understand like having to use a bunch of glue because it's loose, but just believe me, as long as you're not eating steak or anything crazy where you really need them to be glued in there, you don't really need all that glue. Just a little bit on the bottom and on the top. And thank you so much, Michelle, for showing me that, because I didn't, like, I've always just used the tip to put it on there. I didn't think about just spreading it with my finger. But that little bit of glue is keeping them in there where I can, eat just a little bit, be out, have them in there, not having to worry about them just falling down, but not having all that goopy glue at the end. When I take it out, it's very similar to when I use fixative powder. There's just like a little bit on there, but it's not like the goopy grossness that I have to pull off my gums when I use a typical amount. So thank you so much, Dentures with Michelle. And if you have not tried that for yourself, definitely give it a try, especially if you're not needing like a huge hold. Hope that helps.